Good morning. How is everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel. This is Prophetess Weatherspoon. Um, hope everything is going well in your camp. And before I go any forward, please feel free to donate to my ministry, to my Cash App. That's at the bottom of the page in the description box. Um, Feel free to donate to help keep the ministry going. Appreciate it in advance. Thank you. Anyway, I'm back with another video to, I guess, talk about some things that I guess everyone has forgot. And it's something that is much needed. Um, well, I'm going to talk about prayer and children. Children are um, the next generation, so to speak, with every child. For every child, say you have you say if you have five children total, for each of those children, they represent a generation. Um, yeah. So that's basically it. For each child, it represents a generation, and they need to have the tools to be able to carry on the next generation. And what I'm trying to get down to and talk about is kids need to have prayer. And I've noticed time and time again, when having these conversations with people, that have kids and they talk about stuff like this. Like the time that I grew up, um, I'm a '70s baby. I was born in the time frame where the parents um, were there. They were there. Um, they were the Christian parents, man, woman, not female and female, not male and male. All right. Oh, okay, people. Let me get that straight right now. Okay. I'm not talking about these relationships, these counterfeit relationships from hell, where you have the woman and the man and the man calling each other husband, wife and wife. No, 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 no. I mean, you see enough of that trash in a divorce court. Um, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the man and the woman that have the firm foundation in Christ, that put Christ first, that prayed together, that taught their children how to pray. I mean, because back at that time, the parents they had that foundation with prayer, and that they were able to be role models to their sons and daughters. That they were allowed that they were the role models to show them, hey, this is what you do. This is what you do. This is how to have a personal relationship. Is praying all the time to God. That is what the heterosexual relationships as man and woman did back in the day. They were there for their kids. They prayed together. They showed their children how to plant that firm foundation for their children. Um, how for their children, and their children learned how to carry their cross from both parents. They learned. They were able to hear to go to. They had their parents take them to Sunday school. They were able to learn about the people in the Bible and how they persevered, how they handled their cross, how they handled everyday situations, and they were less likely to turn to a life of crime versus the one that don't have that right now. I mean, it's like this. If the child has a role model and the child knows how to handle his own weight, he gonna grow up. And if he starts to stray away, the Lord, all the Lord gotta do is send the Holy Spirit to talk to him and say, "Hey, yeah, you're messing up. Come on back," and then the child will come back. You know, the child will be able to build their own alter, just like the ones that don't do that. You know, in and I notice, like with these parents today, parents back then were dedicated. They had the time, but something happened along the way to where this generation is a new breed. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my entire life, and I have to sit and wonder what happened. The parents were down back in the day. They had it they were dedicated, but somewhere along the line, the parents got distracted. The parents got distracted. You know, and they're not giving the children the foundation that they need right now today anymore. The children have fallen off. The children are they way out there. They're more likely to get sucked up in today's society's doctrine, thinking that the world's way is the best way, and then the next thing you know, the next thing you know, the kid's in jail with a record. You know, it's just all kind of stuff. And I have to say, for me, you know, those beliefs that I was told to, you know, that I learned from the parents. When I try to instill them in mine, I got household enemies sticking their nose into my business, telling me, well, why you raising your kids this way? Why you doing that? I mean, excuse me, who are you? I mean, they fell off. Somewhere along the line, they decided to disobey God and go astray. I mean, and I look at people who do that as like total idiots. And I say, excuse me, who do you think you are? These are not your children. God did not appoint you the prophet of those children. He did not give you uh the information to give to them that they need to keep going. So I mean, who are you to tell me what I should or should not do in regards to teaching them the right way? See, in my house, we do what God say do. I mean, we may not agree with it. It may not make sense, but I mean, all in all, we understand that there's a reason for it. So we just do it. God says, you know, don't go that way. We just don't go that way. That's it. Um, you know, and I think, you know, parents back in the day who who do that, who just come out of nowhere telling you, don't chastise your child. Let the kid just go off and do whatever they want to do. Nah, because the very ones that say that, they'll be the very ones that sit back and laugh at you and the fact that your kid is in the pen doing 10 to life for a crime that could have been avoided. I mean, we have a lot of hypocrites in this generation. We have a lot of hypocrites. Kids don't have that role model. Kids don't have that firm foundation. That's why the juvie facility is full. That's why kids are committing more crime because the parents ain't there no more. Because the parents is distracted and they caught up in the day's um, hypocrisy, all this false doctrine and everything. And everybody's like, let kids be kids. Okay. When the kids be kids and they get a record, are you going to bail them out? Are you going to bail them out? I mean, you telling you, I mean, this is coming from the hypocrites. It's telling the parents that's trying to raise their kids right. And, you know, the hypocrites is telling the parents to try and the ones that's trying to raise their kids right. Well, let the kids be kids. Nah. You gonna take care of them? When they sick, do you take care of them? Do you pay the bills to take care of them? Doctor's appointments, do you put food on their table, food the clothes on their back? Do you do that? Are you gonna bail them out when they get in trouble for doing a crime that could have been avoided? When I'm trying to tell them not to do it and the consequences, are you gonna do that? Nah. They're gonna be the ones that gonna sit there and look stupid and then go get on the phone with their girlfriend, their boyfriend, and tell them, Child, Tyrone, did you hear about what that kid did last week? Did you hear that? Child, he's a menace. They'll be the very ones cursing your son and his destiny behind the scenes. So I just think people who do that should shut up, for real. And the parents ain't doing it no more because they got caught up with the ways of the world, and I don't know, it's too much. And the jails is full with the juveniles, and the prison system is packed. That's how the government make their money. See, back then the jail system started to fill up. Why? I mean, kids are the parents. The parents have been told by their family members not to chastise their children, and like an idiot, the parents listen. And then because of that, the kids fell off. They fell into sin, which they shouldn't have done it, and then they got in jail, and you know the rest. And they don't have that foundation no more. I mean, where are the parents that at the club dropping it like it's hot? You know what I'm saying? If the parents ain't sleeping around with one another, getting STDs, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't at the strip club doing this and that. Y'all, you know, the children are at home. They ain't got no guidance whatsoever. So children today, they don't have the guidance that they need in order to be strong to stay on the right path. They had it back then, like 20 plus years ago when I was little. They had it back then, but something happened along the way to where the parents fell off and the kids didn't get that foundation that they needed, that firm foundation that they needed to be able to have that one-on-one communication with God and be able to understand how to carry their cross and be able to make the differentiate who is their friend and who is not, who is really for them. They don't have that. I mean, the kids have been in the left out on the field to survive themselves. And I just think that without the kids, the kids need prayer. I mean, if the kids, how should I say this? Like, kids today, they need a covering. I mean, since the mom and dads fell off, and I'm not gonna say all have, but the majority have. They're falling off. They're not doing what they're supposed to do, take care of these kids. That's why these kids is getting molested by uncle, auntie, and everything. You know what I mean? Don't just leave your kids for anybody. Cause shoot, I can't recall a day that my parents left me with anybody. They always took. They always didn't go anywhere. They didn't go anywhere without taking. Without they didn't go anywhere without taking us, really, because they know, just like I know, it's too many weirdos, pedophiles inside the family and outside. You just don't know. Just because they smile on your face and they say that your family, they're not gonna try and make a move on your kids. That's just how it is. That's how this child molesting rate, the rate of children getting sexually abused in the home has gone sky high. Period. So, and me talking about the difference between the times that the kids had that prayer foundation, the kids with them, the kids and the parents in their lives, it's totally different this time. It's totally different. Um, and for those who don't have no kids, I mean, who have kids but the kids they don't have a covering. Those who just pray for for the kids. Yeah, I pray for everybody, even though I have mine, even though I have kids, I pray for my kids as well as the other ones because they do need a covering. I don't know where the parents are, what happened to them, but I know the parents need to get back on the job. You dropped the ball. I'm not like I said. I'm not saying all have. I'm saying the majority have. You drop the ball when it comes to teaching your kids about God. You are responsible for them. God will have your head if you do not do what it is you're supposed to do. You are the parent is the prophet of the kid. I mean, if you're not there teaching them the kid what he's supposed to do, he gonna go out there and make bad decisions. Parent is the prophet of the child. Needs that guidance. The parent is there to give godly counsel to the kids so they can grow up to be able to uh, carry their cross and to try to do what it is God wants them to do. And I just think that these hypocrites out there that's telling the parents the opposite of what to do when the parents is trying to teach them right, they need to shut up. They need to shut that mouth because they don't know. Because I mean, the one that's running their mouth gossiping about how bad the kid is. I mean, they're not gonna bail the kid out when the kid get in trouble for a crime that they could have avoided. They're not gonna do that. They will sit and talk about the boy and or the child like trash. Mm. And that's not brotherly love. No, 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 no. And I say all this. I say this: if you ain't got nothing to say to uplift a parent when they trying to teach their child right, you should shut your mouth. That's just it. Because if the kid have that firm have a prayer life, you know what I'm saying? They'll be much stronger in the Lord. They will not yield unto temptation as it so quickly. Though they will think real quick, they'll have a thought, oh, I better not do this because if I do, the consequences, this and that will happen. So no, I'm not going to do that. Versus a kid who don't have that. That's why we got so many kids on meth, you know, crack, heroin, everything. Why? Because we ain't got nobody teaching the kids about boundaries. And you just open up the door. That's when you open up the door spiritually so the devil can come in and wreak havoc. So, this is why children need to have prayer because to prevent things like this, you know, to prevent doorways. There's a lot of portals. There's a lot of doorways that are open when when they are out there. When the children are out there and don't have a covering who are vulnerable. The devil can come up there and say, send somebody over there saying, yeah, send this person over there and get this boy poked on this drug. And then, the boy, that child gonna have issues from then on. So it's good for a parent to teach the child about prayer and praising God. That way he'll have that foundation and he'll learn how to carry his cross and he'll be less likely to fall into the temptations of the adversary. That's what I know. Um and that's all I can think of. That's all I can will say in regards to kids in prayer. Kids need that. Kids need prayer now more than any time because of the time that we in. There's a lot of temptations everywhere on TV, at the club, at home, everywhere. You know, that's why I say what I say. I hope that I've said something that will help somebody, that has helped somebody. Anyway, if y'all got a problem with what I said, I don't care. You go tell God about it. Because, like I said, this generation and the past generation has shifted. Parents in this generation need to step it up. Step it up. Whatever you doing that's not important, hanging around with the men, the women, y'all need to let that go. I mean, I ain't trying to tell them what to do, but when you bring kids in the world, you need to be able to put them first. Make sure you do what you're going to do with them. Give them that foundation, what they need. I mean, because from what I've seen, most of the parents, they want to hang out with the man in a relationship, and then they leave the child by themselves. So to fend, to survive. I mean, from what I've seen, it's been about the man, the person in the relationship, and sometimes in that situation, the kid gets abused. And I'm not saying everybody do, but these are things that I have seen and I have heard about. That's why I said I ain't gotten time to be sitting around here making up stuff. That's the last thing. But anyway, I hope that I hope that y'all learned, and I hope that I brought some things to y'all attention. Because this is the days of revelation, the Lord coming back at any given time or moment. And y'all need to be ready. So God bless you. I'll see you next video. Bye bye.